Even as Kenya continues to suffer attacks at home from the Al-Shabaab ragtag militia group, modest gains are being made in border towns where insurgents battle troops, residents and aid workers. Late yesterday, as the country mourned the slaughter of 17 civilians in a church in Garissa, about 80 kilometers from the border with Somalia, there was celebration. 4 aid workers who had been kidnapped by suspected terrorists had been freed. And while police are yet to say who was responsible for the attack, previous abductions of tourists and aid workers have been blamed on the Al-Shabaab. The 4 work for the Norwegian Refugee Council, an aid group operating in the region. Sadly, their Kenyan driver was killed during their capture. The workers, a Norwegian, Pakistani, Filipino and Canadian, were abducted from Dadaab refugee camp near the Somalia border last week and were freed late yesterday during a shootout with kidnappers. They were taken to a military base in Dobli, Somalia, tired, weak, hungry and generally unwell. One kidnapper was killed.
We're happy, we're back, we're alive and we're happy this has ended. No more comments, thank you very much.
A wave of kidnappings and attacks sparked Kenya's military incursion into Somalia, which is now backed by Amisom troops. In September last year, armed bandits broke into a cottage where a British couple in their 50s was staying. David Tebert was killed as he tried to wrestle attackers. His wife Judith would be released later after a ransom was paid. October would see more attacks. Pirates captured a French woman in her 60s who was on a wheelchair. She later died, having been denied medicine by the terrorists. Later, 2 Spanish workers will be abducted in Dadaab. They are yet to be freed. And in January, a Kenyan 30-year-old district officer Yesemule Edward and 56-year-old Frederick Irungu Wainaina, a registration clerk at the Ministry of Immigration, were captured. The 2 are yet to be rescued. Ann Kiguta, KTN Prime.